Morning, all. We're finally at the end of Psalms 1. And today we're going to look at verse 6 and then try to do a quick overview of the whole psalm. So let me just jump right into Psalm 1. I'll read the whole thing. How blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, nor stand in the way of sinners, nor sit in the seat of scoffers. But his delight is in the law of Yahweh, and in his law he meditates day and night. That he will be like a tree firmly planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in its season, and its leaf does not wither. And in whatever he does, he prospers. But the wicked are not so, but they are like the chaff which the wind drives away. Therefore, because of this, the wicked will not rise in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. Here we are, verse 6. For Yahweh knows, he knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked will perish. So here we come to the end of this psalm, and the psalmist is wrapping all of this up. He's given us the characteristics of the permanently happy, or some people would say this is the difference between happiness and joy, the joyful man. The permanently happy man is the one who does not walk in the counsel. He does not stand in the way of sinners. He does not sit in the seat of scoffers, but rather he delights. Key here is he delights in his word. We've talked about that. And then he talks about the characteristics of his life. He's like a tree planted by streams of water that yields fruit, that leaf doesn't wither, and whatever he does prospers. And then in contrast, the wicked, we get one verse about the wicked not being so. They're like chaff. And therefore, because of this, as a result of all this, the outcome of this is that the wicked are judged. They will not rise in the judgment, nor will the sinners, the ones whose life is characterized by sin. It's habitual. It's routine. It is the way they are identifying with sin. They're the ones that will not rise in the judgment. They will not stand in the congregation of the righteous. They will be judged. Why? Verse 6. Because Yahweh knows the way of the righteous. That word knows is such an important word here. It is the word that means acquainted with, clearly guiding. It's the one that he has intimate knowledge of. This is the relationship word in the verse, in the section. God knows. He is intimately acquainted with the way of the righteous. Another word that you see over and over is the way. It's the path. It's the direction. It's the intention. It's the movement. There's a relationship. The phrase, it's not about religion, it's a lot about a relationship. That's exactly what he's saying here. It's not about a system of yeses and nos, do's and don'ts, thous and thou shalt nots. It is an intimate relationship. And God is the one. Notice God is the one who's the subject of this sentence. Yahweh knows. He knows the way of the righteous. He is the one who is intimately acquainted with it. He is the one that founds the relationship, and he's the one that sustains that relationship. And how does that happen? What part do we have? Well, we delight in his law. We delight in his word. And then, of course, by contrast, and it's still Yahweh knowing, and now it's also Yahweh being clear, the way of the wicked will perish. The pathway of sin leads always and only to destruction. There's no escaping it. There's no sidestepping it. There's no sugarcoating it. The way of sin leads to destruction. The way of the sinner, as it says in Proverbs, is hard. And it's not just hard now, but also into eternity. The word perish is a word that also means to gone astray, has gone off into the ditch, so to speak, right? As Isaiah said, all we like sheep have gone astray. We've turned everyone to our own way. But it's interesting in Isaiah that the Lord has laid on him. Who's that him? That's ultimately Jesus, the iniquity of us all. That's what delighting in the word gives us. It gives us a knowledge of the holy, a knowledge of Jesus, a knowledge that we can find forgiveness. We can find forgiveness. Not, we don't achieve some sort of perfection. We don't elevate to some sort of state of immutability ourselves, but we find forgiveness at the cross. And this changes our life. It changes us. And this psalm at the very beginning of 150 Psalms lays out a clear theme. Delight. Delight in God's word. Hope this has been a blessing to you. We'll start on Psalms 2 next time. Have a blessed day.